Hello and welcome to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us today. I have a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can direct your questions to a specific school or schools by including the name, or you can leave a question for all of our representatives to answer. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. That's why that Q&A button is so important. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening from Pennsylvania students. We hope you attended other sessions, and be sure to sign up for more. This presentation and all presentations are being recorded. They'll be available within about a week's time at that same website where you registered, stryscan.com/Pennsylvania. Really excited to welcome our schools today, and we're going to learn about some great ones. And we're going to be kicking it off with Hofstra University.
Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to our beautiful admission office here at Hofstra. My name is Christy Niemeyer. I am one of the assistant deans of admission here at Hofstra. I work primarily with all students from Pennsylvania as well as Western New York and Northern California. So I'm excited to talk to you a little bit more today about our amazing campus. So overall, Hofstra is considered a mid-sized school. We are roughly about 6,500 students in total for the undergraduate population. Really nice sized campus, not too small, not too big. I always like to say you will meet your tight-knit group of friends when you are at Hofstra, but there are still so many people that you will constantly be making new friends throughout all 4 years that you are a student. We do offer about 165 undergraduate program options, so anything that you could think of that you are interested in majoring in, we probably have it here at Hofstra. Many of our students often double major or also have a minor alongside of their programs. We do, of course, have some special programs that require direct admission. So, of course, if you have any questions about that, you can always find that on our website, or I can also answer that today as well. One of the great things about Hofstra is that if you are accepted to our school, you are accepted into all of those regular undergraduate programs, and you don't have to finalize your ultimate major until the end of your sophomore year. We do also have small class sizes. Our average class size is 21 with a student to faculty ratio of 13:1. So we really pride ourselves on having a lot of hands-on learning in the classroom, a lot of discussion-based learning as well, so that your professor can really get to know you on a more personal level and make sure that you are successful in the classroom. So you will never have a lecture hall of 100 or 200 people where you need to buzz in your answers and you'll just be a number, which is really nice. You have a lot more personal connection. We do also have students represented from 48 of the US states and 78 different countries, so all different students from all parts of the world, which is really cool. Best things about our campus include especially our internship opportunities. So about 71% of our students complete at least one internship by the time they graduate. You could see that we work with a lot of big name companies that are listed there. Any companies that you are interested in working with, we will absolutely work with you in our Career Center to make that happen for you. We do like to say that we have the best of both worlds at our campus between our campus life and our connection to New York City. So we are only a 40-minute train ride away to New York City, and a lot of our students will do their internships there as well as sightseeing. But if you want to come to a typical college campus and have all those quad spaces that you could see in that picture there, then the Hofstra is definitely the place for you. Being involved on our campus is another big part of being a Hofstra student. So we have over 220 clubs and organizations that you can join. Anything that you can think of, you are welcome to join. If we don't have it at Hofstra, you are welcome to create it on our campus too. Our students also spend a lot of time giving back to the community. About 100,000 hours are spent each year giving back to the community, both in the local area as well as in New York City, which is really exciting. We are also a Division I school for athletics. We have 21 NCAA Division I sports teams. Basketball, as you can see there, is a really huge part of our Hofstra school spirit, but as well as all of our other men and women's teams on campus is really exciting to go and cheer them on in our arena or our stadiums. We do also guarantee 4 years of on-campus housing. So anywhere you are looking to live on campus, you are guaranteed your place all 4 years. You are not in jeopardy of losing your spot on campus from year to year, which is really nice. You can live in either our suite style or our traditional style housing, whichever you prefer. And we have about 35 different residence halls that you can choose from. So you will absolutely have a place here on campus. Just some things to keep in mind, application deadlines. We do offer early action 1 and 2. Keep in mind that is non-binding. So if you are accepted to Hofstra with early action, you are not committed and you are not locked into Hofstra. You can absolutely still make your final decision, make a campus visit, whatever you need to do in order to make your decision by May 1st. With early action, you will get a decision from us 1 month later from that deadline. And then of course we have regular decision. If you would prefer to apply later, that is totally fine as well. Hofstra is also a test optional school. So if you have not been able to take the exam, or if you did take the exam and you just didn't do as well as you had hoped, totally fine. You can absolutely apply as test optional. It does not hurt your application at all. All of our students are automatically considered for merit-based scholarship as well when you submit your application to Hofstra. So you do not have to worry about submitting any extra applications. You will automatically be considered for our merit scholarships and be notified in your decision letter when that time comes. Keep in mind, if you do want to submit any SAT or ACT scores, these are the ranges that we do recommend. If you fall in or above either of those ranges, definitely submit your scores for consideration. And just so you know, Hofstra does accept the Common App, or we also have our own personal Hofstra application. So whatever you prefer, whatever is easier for you, definitely apply as soon as that application opens towards the end of the summer. And if you have any questions, like I said, I am the direct admission counselor for all students within Pennsylvania. So you can feel free to reach out to me here. Both of my office contact phone number as well as my email is here. Feel free to let me know if there's anything that I can help with, but I look forward to working with you as you go through your college search. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christy, for sharing Hofstra with all of us today. Our next school is going to be East Stroudsburg University.
Hi, and thanks for joining us. My name is Daryl Burley. I'm an assistant director of admissions here at ESU. We're also a medium-sized campus with about 6,000 students coming from 26 states and 19 countries. We also have a diverse academic portfolio, offering 58 different undergraduate degree programs. We have 21 master's programs, as well as 2 doctoral programs. The nice thing about having a diverse academic portfolio is it allows you to add minors and certificates to really customize your education toward the degree or toward the career you're looking for. We're consistently offering new innovative technology for students across all of the different academic areas. Here pictured is the Anatomage virtual 3D dissection table, which is specific to our health science students, such as nursing, athletic training, and exercise science. We also have a fantastic human performance lab and sport performance institute. The Entrepreneurial Leadership Center, we have a lot of students who have launched successful businesses. Fun fact, many of the students, actually over half of the students who've launched successful businesses were a major other than business. So all you need is a great idea, and we can provide the grant funding and the office space. Bloomberg Finance Lab, also a great opportunity, not only for our finance students, but any student can get their Bloomberg Market Concept certificate in on their own time. It's a great resume builder. Our 3D Stratasys printing lab, again, great for our product design students, but also just really great to have access to for any student who might need something 3D printed, only at material costs. We do offer a study abroad. The exchange program is fantastic because you're really just looking at the travel expenses. Hopefully you'll come to visit campus and see the residence halls. We have 2 styles. I really like that ESU offers both traditional and suite style residence halls to freshman students, so you get to pick which is the best fit for you. Each one has a 24-hour computer lab, common kitchens, laundries included. We have some living learning communities. So that's a group of students who share something in common in a particular section of the residence halls. So we have one for first generation college students, as well as for business management and education. A lot of different ways to get involved. We have over 110 different clubs, including cultural sororities, fraternities, performing arts group, special interest groups, club sports, intramural sports. Recommendation, start with 2 and go from there. 1 for your academic major and 1 of more special interest. We're constantly building out different services to make sure students are successful, not only academically, but in all aspects. So of course, with academics, we have our tutoring center, writing studio. They offer drop-in tutoring or specific tutoring for any classes that we offer. Career services begin working with students their freshman year and build upon that. So when it's time to get that job, you're fully prepared. We also offer accommodations for any students who might have any physical or learning disabilities, so you have access to both the facilities and the curriculum. We have commuter centers, so our students who are local can still have just as rich of a college experience as those who live on campus. The new student mentorship program is like having a tour guide for your freshman year because you're gonna have a lot of questions and many of your friends will also be freshmen. So it's nice to have a upperclassman as a go-to person that can show you around and kind of take you around in clubs, activities, answer your questions. We have a very active Office of Multicultural Affairs, fantastic health services, counseling and psychological services, including therapy animals, a new gender and sexuality center, veteran services, and more. I mentioned club and intramural sports. We're also NCAA Division II athletics. So if you are interested in playing a varsity sport, reach out to our coaching staff from our athletics page. Just a short list of some different areas where our students have landed, both internships and jobs. Some recognizable names like Disney, Gatorade, and Under Armour. I also like to point out the Philly Pretzel Factory. That's not just a place where our students went to work. That's one of those successful businesses that was launched from ESU. It has gone on to be a very successful franchise. Applying to ESU is very simple. For most majors, we're test optional, so we'll just need your high school transcript. Majors that do require tests: nursing, pre-med, computer science, computer security, and mathematics. Otherwise, with your high school transcript, you can expect an admission decision in just a couple of weeks. As far as financing your education, ESU recently started offering something called the Warrior Promise. So typically, your tuition increases each year, even as you're a student. And this was the case up until a couple of years ago. Now, once you start, your tuition rate is locked in and guaranteed not to increase for 4 years. That's very helpful in terms of financial planning. That way you know from day one what your tuition is going to be. And I also like to say, when you look at your financial aid package, take that into consideration because it can be considered somewhat of a like a hidden scholarship. Whereas, where other schools, the tuition increases, here that won't be the case. So again, my name is Daryl Burley. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to put that in the chat and I will be happy to assist. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Daryl, for presenting on East Stroudsburg. All right, our next school today is going to be the Pennsylvania College of Art and Design.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. My name is Tressa Varner, and one second. Got a little lag time. Hi, my name is Tressa Varner. I'm an admissions counselor at the Pennsylvania College of Art and Design. We offer 4-year Bachelor of Fine Arts degrees in animation and game art, fine art, graphic design, illustration, photography and video, and coming next fall, live experience design. We're a small college with just under 300 students, and we're located in Lancaster, PA. So that's the eastern side of the state. It's a great place to go to an art school because you are just a short train ride away from the art mecca cities like New York, DC, Philadelphia, and Baltimore. Since we're such a small school, we have a really great student to teacher ratio, 10:1. And all faculty are all working artists and designers in their field. So for example, if you're going to be a graphic design major, our faculty in that major have been working in graphic design for years. So they become more like your mentor. All of our studios are state of the art. Here's one of our digital imaging studios. This is our Cintiq lab. We also have amazing studios for lighting, like photography and digital and analog photography. So your first year at an art and design college is called a foundation year. You do not declare a major until your sophomore year. It's a time for you to experiment with all the different tools and media and experiment with different perspectives in the different creative fields. The goal is to really for you to build this strong artistic foundation so you can be successful in your major over the next 3 years. We also have liberal arts courses like art history, behavioral and social sciences, as well as minors. So for example, you could be that graphic design major and you can get a minor in esports management or photography and video, really to make yourself more marketable. All right, these are our majors. Animation game art is one of the most popular major degrees. So your sophomore year, once you declare your major, you'll get an overview of all the different concentration fields within animation and in game art. So set modeling, visual development, environmental modeling, or level design. Come your junior year, that's when you dive into a concentration and you choose one. And that's what you'll focus on for the next 2 years. Fine art is another popular major. This is more self-directed. You're going to learn both traditional 2D and 3D art forms as well as digital imaging. So you'll be taking digital imaging classes with some of those animation and say illustration majors. Our goal here is just to help you to be able to function as a fine artist, someone who wants to show in galleries and museums. Graphic design is another major we offer. So think packaging design, corporate branding, designing for web and social media. That's all in our graphic design department. So it's really where you're learning how to use your design skills and your creative thinking skills to really attract attention, say to a product, or to move somebody to action. Illustration is another very popular major. There's 2 tracks here. Again, when your sophomore year, once you declare your major, you'll come in and you'll take courses in all the different tracks. And it's not until your junior year that you're going to choose either the contemporary track, which is more typography and pattern design, or a classical track, which is more about narrative making, storytelling, like storytelling, representational painting as such. Photography and video is another major. The great thing about this major is that you're going to learn both traditional and digital and contemporary imaging techniques. You can either explore being a fine art photographer showing in museums, or you can explore fields such as more commercial field like fashion photography or sports photography. Live experience design is a new major that's going to come in the fall. Think of when you're thinking of live experience design, it's more like you are producing multimedia experiences like rock concerts or like a really big halftime show. So Lancaster is a small city. We're located right downtown. Because we're a small college, we don't have traditional dorms, but we do have a housing referral service that will set you up with a certain type of apartment that you're interested in living in. So you can live by yourself, you can have a studio apartment, or there's 1 and 2 and 3 bedroom apartments as well. These apartments are all managed by the college. They'll also help you find the right roommate for you, someone that kind of shares your own interests. So how do you get started? You just go to pcad.edu and just start your undergraduate application degree. Just fill out the basic information. You don't need to submit any other materials right away. Just get that started, and that will put you, get you into the system, and you'll be assigned a counselor like myself to help you kind of put your portfolio in and get everything else you needed. We do have an application fee, but for COVID, we're just waiving it. So that will automatically populate with the waiver code. You do need a portfolio, and that's one of the most important things. It's 8 to 10 pieces of recent original work. You need a personal statement. It's like an artist statement of up to 250 words. And then just you would have your transcript sent from your high schools. We do not need the ACT or SAT as well. So there's my email, tvarner@pcad.edu. So just shoot me an email if you have any questions or you want to see kind of more of a virtual tour of the school. All right, thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing Pennsylvania College of Art and Design with us. So we've reached our halfway point. We've heard from 3 great schools. We have 3 more to go. I just want to remind all of our attendees that you can use the Q&A button on your screen to ask questions. At any time, you can direct it to a specific school or schools or leave a question for all of our representatives to answer. So it's a great way to help personalize this or to ask about something you might have heard and just wanted to double check on too. So don't be shy, definitely use that Q&A. All right, so the next school that we're going to be hearing from today is Marymount University.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Sophia Hines, and I'm an admissions counselor with Marymount University. I do cover all of Pennsylvania, so you guys can come to me. I'm your girl for anything that you need. So just a little bit about Marymount. We are a Catholic university located in Arlington, Virginia, about 6 miles outside of DC. I'll touch on the benefits of the proximity soon. We, as a Catholic university, that goes into our values. So things like intellectual curiosity, service to others, and global perspective. Service is really, really important to us. All of our clubs have service-oriented activities that they must do and everything like that. What being a Catholic university means for your experience is that you're going to take 2 theology courses. So you're going to take Theology 1 and 2, and there's different sections of that. So you don't have to take it in Catholicism. There are subjects like world religion and lack of religion, a lot of interesting topics there. And that's the extent that religion has to play. So you don't have to go to mass, you don't have to attend any services, anything like that. If you want to get involved with our Office of Spiritual Life, you're more than welcome to do so. If you want to explore different spiritualities, or if you have something that you already practice, you're more than welcome to get involved. And we have clubs for a lot of different denominations. So you're welcome to practice that, but it is by no means required. So we are a smaller institution. We only have about 2,300 undergraduate students and about 1,000 graduate students in addition to that. But that means you have only about 17 students on average in each of your classes. So you're really able to have that one-on-one opportunity with your professors. So it's really beneficial, especially if you're having trouble, you're able to ask questions in class. They have office hours that you can go to, so you can speak with them directly, basically at one-on-one tutoring. All of our classes tend to be discussion-based, so you can learn from different perspectives. And that's kind of, a big benefit of going to a smaller school. We're also extremely diverse. So we have representation from all over the world and all over the country. We're very proud to say that about 20% of our population is international. So you don't only see that global perspective in our values, in your classes, but also in our population as well. You can see kind of an exhaustive list here of all of our programs, both undergraduate and graduate. So our most popular undergraduate programs are health sciences, psychology, business administration, information technology, specifically cybersecurity, and then also nursing. Nursing specifically because it is a direct entry program. So if you're admitted as a first-year student, you don't have to reapply later on, as long as you maintain at least a 3.0 in your GPA, 3.0 GPA in your prerequisite classes, So that's a huge benefit. If you're looking at nursing, getting that direct entry, not having to reapply, not having to take the T's is great. We also have master's programs and some accelerated programs with those, so 4+1 and 3+3. So if you want to get your bachelor's and your master's done all in one in 5 years for less time and less money, you can definitely do that here. And then we have a connection with Catholic University Law School, where you can spend 3 years with us and then go directly into their law school, as long as you meet their minimum requirements. So if you're looking at law school, definitely look into that. No matter what you study, you're going to have an internship. So it is guaranteed that you have an internship, and it is required before graduation. So that can take a lot of different shapes. We have, for like our nursing students, we have connections with all of the hospitals and medical centers in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And so you have a lot of different options for that. If you're looking at something like politics or criminal justice, we've had students that have worked on Capitol Hill, in the White House, at the FBI and CIA for their internships. And then if you're looking at, something like business or graphic design, we've had students work at a lot of the big businesses in the area as well. So we truly try and make it as close to what you want to do as possible, and so that you can get that hands-on experience before you even graduate. Speaking of hands-on experience, we have research available as well. You can see Dr. Brumkiss here. He has a turtle lab on campus, which is super neat. If you come to visit campus, I highly recommend checking it out. I do want to warn you that we have snakes in there as well. So if you have a fear of snakes, just beware. I wasn't aware of that when I first visited it. And so I was a little shocked, but still very cool. And you can be involved with the turtle lab if you'd like, even if you're not a biology major. But there's tons of ways to do research no matter what you end up studying. If you're looking to get involved, we have lots of clubs as well as sports. We are NCAA Division III, and next year we will have 19 different sports. So you can see those all listed here. We'll be bringing on softball. If you're interested in any of these, I highly recommend filling out a recruitment form on our website. That'll get you in touch with the coach, and so you can go ahead and start looking to see if it's a good fit for you. And then obviously all of our students tend to go to all of these different events. Especially this year, we kind of missed out on some of that, but our teams have still been competing this year. So that's been really exciting to see. I know our lacrosse, girls lacrosse has done really well and they're going off to playoffs. So snaps to them. There's also tons of ways to get involved, like I said, in clubs. These are some of our more popular clubs on campus. I know Fashion Club is really big, as well as Ladies Inspiring Strength for Tomorrow, or LIST, which is a women's empowerment group. But since we are smaller, a lot of students get involved in SGA, Student Government Association, because you're really able to have an impact on the university with that. Our application is open for seniors and it will open in August for juniors. We are fully test optional, so you can receive admission as well as scholarships without submitting test scores. We offer between $8,000 and $28,000 in merit scholarships upon admission. Ooh, whoops. There we go. This is my contact information. If you'd like to reach out to me, you're more than welcome. And if you would like to visit, we are accepting tours as well as a lot of online opportunities as well. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sophia, for sharing Marymount today. All right, the next school is going to be Goldey-Beacom College.
Hi, how's it going? My name's Brandon. I'm relatively new to the admissions scene, so let's go. Our college is located a half hour away from Philly. It's about a little over an hour away from Baltimore and a little over 2 hours from Washington, D.C. and New York City. We have more than 1,800 students enrolled from over 22 states and over 60 nations. So we are widely international. Our student to faculty ratio is around 20-1. So you have a lot of time to speak with faculty and everything. Sorry. We offer 25-degree options. 54% of freshmen live on campus. You can actually have a car on campus for free. All you have to do is acquire a pass. 3-day weekends every weekend, so that means you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off every single weekend. We offer 13 NCAA D2 sports. These are some of our bachelor degree options: accounting, business administration, communication and media, criminal justice, economics, English, finance, human services, and psychology. These are some of the D2 sports we offer: men's and women's basketball, men's baseball, men's and women's cross country, men's golf, men's and women's soccer, women's softball, women's tennis, men's and women's track and field, and also volleyball. This is our new dining hall, actually. It was actually made this year. It's a big change to our old dining style, where this is an all-you-care-to-eat option. We have brick oven pizza, there's Starbucks available, and it's grab and go. This is a big picture of our campus with all of our halls. The freshman halls are Frontal Hall and Leach Hall. This is Leach Hall. This is more of the apartment style. So as a freshman, you have the chance to live with 3 total other roommates, so it'll be 4 total in the room. There's a lot of space and it's fully furnished. This is Frontal Hall. This is our brand newly renovated hall. This is more of your traditional style where it's either only you or you have two other roommates or you have one other roommate, sorry. This is our lounge area, and then student affairs is right off to the left. That's where all the activities are planned, and then that's where you would go for all the housing information. You can get involved with any of the clubs. We offer activities actually every single night. During the pandemic, we really tried to incorporate students and have an activity and event every night and try to offer some cool awards and prizes. Clubs and organizations, you can create your own clubs. If you do not see it there, feel free to make it. We offer Lightning Studios, which is our video club. Entrepreneurship club is really, you can do anything in there and have fun with new students. Black Student Union, Free to Be, Accounting and Finance Club, Alpha Chi, Psychology Club, Dance Club, GBC Lit, National Society of Leadership and Success. And if you don't see it, you can add it. Career Services, they're located in student affairs actually. 90% of GBC students find placement within 3 months of graduating. We decided to cut tuition in half during the pandemic to help everyone. This is our merit-based scholarships. During the pandemic, we actually do not require tests. We are able to waive them. But this is our general base of what we award our merit scholarships off of. The information sessions, we just had one on April 10th. Our next one will be June 12th, and then August 7th and October 2nd. This will take you to the our application, and it's actually free, and we have open enrollment. So feel free, if you click on if you scan this with your camera, it will take you right to our application. And then how to apply, you will click on that URL, or you can copy it. You'll have your guidance counselor send over your transcript, and then we'll request your SAT scores. That's our code. And then you'll complete your FAFSA. And yeah. It's Goldey-Beacom College. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Brandon, for sharing Goldey-Beacom with everyone today. All right, we're heading to our sixth school of the night. It's going to be Syracuse University.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Jake. I'm a member of the team up here at Syracuse. We are located in Syracuse, New York, so kind of right smack in the middle of the state. Just to give you a sense of where that is, as soon as my screen works, there you go. So I wanted to talk a little bit first about just general information. Syracuse is a community of about 15,000 undergraduate students, so a bit bigger. But what I've really liked about it here is that we kind of balance the behavior of a small school with the reality of a large school. Kind of the best of both worlds, right? Like you have huge research opportunities, professional connections, 200 plus majors, 300 different companies that recruit on campus, lots of different resources that come with being a large private research institution. But at the same time, the average class size here is only 26, and the student to faculty ratio is 15:1. So it's a big school with a lot to do, but at the same time, you're going to get to know your professors really well. You're going to get to know your peers really well. You have small individual meetings with faculty, staff, and advisors who can help you navigate college so that you're really crafting something that's more specific to you. The last thing we want is for students to come here and do exactly what their peers are doing or feel like they're taking the exact same courses. We really want you to have a little bit more ownership of your education and find ways to kind of pursue things in a capacity that makes sense for you, whether that's academic, extracurricular, professional, or another kind of fashion. So to just start off with a little bit about our programs, we're very fortunate that we have a lot of really well-regarded individual schools, and Syracuse University is actually constituted of 10 undergraduate schools and colleges. So we have Newhouse, which is widely regarded as one of the best public communication schools in the world. You have the Whitman School of Management. You have Falk College of Sport and Human Dynamics. If you recognize the name Falk, F-A-L-K, that is Michael Jordan's agent, who's a Syracuse alum. And he started and donated to help create a sports management, sports analytics program here, which is really exciting. Had those for a couple of years now. You have the College of Arts and Sciences, Visual and Performing Arts. Fun fact, we were the first Bachelor of Fine Arts program in the country. And so Syracuse has this long and storied tradition of being a place that really does it all. Students come here, 15,000 of them, sometimes to do really extensive scientific research. Sometimes it's to work in business or entrepreneurship. Sometimes it's to be the next Mike Tirico or Bob Costas. Sometimes it's to work in a museum or to work as an engineer. Really, there's a plethora of different programs, over 200 majors. And I think what makes that so profound for me is that when you go into the classroom or when you sit on the quad, you're interacting with people who came here for a different reason than you did, who have a completely different opinion, way of life, thought process about something that they're just as passionate about as you are. And so you're surrounding yourself with this incredibly and inherently collaborative space, which I think is a really exciting environment to be a part of. So good to take advantage of the resources around you. You also have a lot of flexibility in looking at different majors and other programs. About 1/5 of our students will do more than one major. It's certainly possible to minor across the different schools and colleges. So lots of ways to mix and match different interests that you might have to create an education that's uniquely you. So I mentioned research briefly earlier as well. And I should just highlight that research happens across all of our schools and colleges. When I think of it, I think I grew up in the Tom and Jerry era, and we used to think of research as pouring something from one beaker into another and hoping it doesn't blow up in your face, right? Very sciencey, very lab spacey. But in the reality, research happens across all these different fields here. In fact, one of my favorite ones that I've ever seen is a music professor who does research here in how, or why is it, I should say, that different communities and cultures across the entire globe, whether they've been completely isolated from society or not, wherever they are, they've come up with their own form of music and their own specific application for it within their community. And I think that's a really cool question to get to the heart to. And we have a lot of students that join that faculty member for research. We have research that happens abroad too. In fact, every year, a bunch of our students go on a huge trip to Everest where they study the effects of high altitude on the human body and other factors. So lots of cool research programs on and off campus. We have study abroad programs in over 100 different countries or 60 different countries, with 5 that we own property in. And so if you wanted to go abroad, you can go live somewhere where we have Syracuse faculty and staff that actually live and work there and can help you navigate that experience a little bit too, so that you've got lots of flexibility. But our study abroad program is currently ranked 7th in the country, which is really exciting. So back here on campus, we're busy, as we always seem to be. There's a lot of construction going on, a lot of student activities and programs and performances. So we'll talk about construction in just a moment, but I'd like to note that we do have students from over 170 different countries in all 50 different states. We have students from all sorts of different spaces, backgrounds, experiences, and with lots of different academic and other career interests. And that creates a really amazing space where you're likely to be surrounded with people who are just as passionate as you are about something, but approach it from a different point of view. And that creates a really valuable academic environment where you can be challenged and you can challenge others in a safe and productive way. So we really believe in diversity as a key factor in who we are and in our education system. About 1/3 of our students identify as a student of color, and about 18% come from another country. And Syracuse's charter originally was open to all students, and we have been since 1870. Our first graduating class ever was about half male identifying students and half female identifying students. So lots of fun things to go off of there. We'll talk more about community later. Just to wrap up with process, Syracuse, really simply, we have early and regular decision. Early is binding, as other colleges have noted tonight. We are test optional for the upcoming year. If you want to further personalize your application, you can do an interview with us. And when you apply, all students are automatically considered for scholarships, which range between $5,000 in full tuition, and about 80% of our students have financial aid through the FAFSA and CSS profile, which we meet full demonstrated need for. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Jake, for presenting on Syracuse tonight. All right, well, we have made it through 6 great schools, and I hope everyone's curiosity is piqued and they're excited to even learn more and research a little more after today. But with our few minutes left, I want to make sure that All of our attendees can get contact information out of the chat. Our representatives are dropping it in there, so you can grab that direct info for follow-up. Also, just to pause and think, are there any questions you want to put in that Q&A? So while we're doing that, I'd love to invite each of our representatives to come back on camera. And we're going to answer a live Q&A question for everybody. So we're going to go in the exact same order that you each presented. So we're going to start with Hofstra. So thank you, Christy, for starting us off when we get to the question. When the representative ahead of you finishes their answer, just feel free to turn on your microphone and answer the question, and we'll just flow through in that same order. So I'd love to learn from each of you, what is a favorite event or tradition for campus, something that's just really special to your students and your community, whether that be, it could be fun, academic, career, whatever that might be for you. So Christy, go ahead.
Sure. So one of our favorite traditions at Hofstra, we like to call it Pack the Mac. So with Hofstra's campus, our arena on campus is called our Mac Sports and Exhibition Complex. Super mouthful to say, so everyone just calls it the Mac, but we call it Pack the Mac for all of our men and women's basketball games. So it's just a really known thing for all of our current students, as well as our alumni come out and support our teams. And you'll see it on Twitter, you'll see it on Facebook. Everyone is supporting, putting hashtag Pack the Mac and going out and supporting our teams when they are competing against some of our biggest rivals. And we always like to give out a lot of giveaways, and first 1,000 students will get a free jersey and things like that. So it's really exciting.
So at ESU we're the Warriors, and for incoming freshmen, we have something called Warrior Induction Weekend. So it's really a whole weekend full of a lot of different events. Since that's such a high energy weekend with the entire campus community getting involved, it's definitely a favorite. And then within that weekend, the one activity that seems to be really popular with our students is called Color Me Warrior. Everybody gets their starting off white t-shirt that has their graduating class on it. And then, you know, by the end with the paint and everything, everybody's got their own personalized. Everyone's covered in paint and has a great time.
So at Pennsylvania College of Art and Design, I would say that our biggest event of the year is definitely our senior exhibition. So it's across all majors. And so all the seniors are exhibiting their artwork, and it just takes over the whole downtown building, as well as outside, because we have some different public art spaces, and the whole community of Lancaster is invited. So it's part of the whole gallery walk, because the gallery row is kind of right next to our where our campus is. And so you've got people from the public coming in, the news media is there, and it's really a time to celebrate, like, you know, all the hard work that everyone's done.
I would say that my favorite event at Marymount is our fashion show. It's called Portfolio in Motion, or PIM. We have it every year, and there's always a different theme, but our fashion students get to present what they've been working on all year, excuse me, and they pull on current students to be like makeup artists and stage tech, and also models. All of the models are current students, so it's so fun to see all of our students kind of just up there giving it a try. But I would say that that's my favorite thing that we have on campus, and we will be live streaming it this year, so if you want to check it out, find it on our website.
One of my favorite events that we hold on campus is actually usually midway through the year. It's our casino night, and it allows everyone to come together and experience the real world after college and win possible prizes that range from a smart TV to an Xbox 360 to possibly an Xbox One. And it's just a wide variety of prizes, and it's just fun.
Awesome. I think I'm up next if I counted correctly. I think there's a lot of athletic ones that are fun, but personally, if you put food in front of me, I'm going to be happy. And so the Chili Fest has got to be mine. Just right in the middle of winter every year, which everyone thinks upstate New York winters are going to be really bad, and they're never that bad. I grew up in Philadelphia. It's pretty much the same. But it's just when everybody started to complain about the cold, everyone goes out and enjoys homemade chili recipes that students volunteer and our dining staff make for them. And so it's just like this really warm, rumbly feeling in the middle of a cold day that just really hits the spot.
Awesome. I love hearing about each of these events, just like the wide range of awesome activities and programs. I hope that everyone who's watching either live or the recording maybe thinks, I want to go check that out, find some pictures, look on social media and think, oh, can I picture myself on campus being a part of that? It's a great way to kind of visualize yourself being a part of that community. Well, we have reached the end of our time together tonight. And so I first just want to thank all of our representatives. Thank you so much for sharing not just the facts, the figures, those logistics and details in a very quick 6 minutes, but just your obvious energy and passion for the student opportunities in and out of the classroom in each of your communities. I hope that everyone who's watched enjoyed getting a quick peek into each of these schools and feels inspired to learn more, research more. These admissions representatives and their colleagues are your #1 resource. Ask them questions, reach out, because there is so much more to learn about each school. So as we are coming to the logistic part of our ending, just wanted to let you know that when you close this window, there's going to be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. It's 4 questions, super short. So thanks for taking that time. This is also just one of many sessions that are being hosted for Pennsylvania students, and we hope that you'll sign up for more. In about a week's time, you'll find this session's recording as well as all other session recordings at that same website where you register, stryscan.com/Pennsylvania. So you can watch it again, watch more presentations, share with family and friends. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for taking time out of your day to be here. We hope that you've learned a lot about these 6 great schools and wish you the very best of luck in your college search and decision journey. Have a great night, everyone.